Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and hit the bell icon. Kayce's Counting Coup and what it means for Yellowstone Season 5, explained by director. Yellowstone director Christina Voros has explained Kayce, Luke Grimes, doing a counting coup, and what it means for Yellowstone Season 5 as the final episodes approach. In Yellowstone Season 5, Episode 12, Kayce finds Grant, Matt Gerald, the man who killed his father, John Dutton, Kevin Costner, and threatens him and his daughter. The former soldier decides to invoke a counting coup, a native tradition that involves harmlessly showing one's mettle to their opponent. This involves knocking him out with the butt of his gun, signaling his loyalty to his family. Speaking with The Hollywood Reporter, Voros explained how Kayce's decision to employ a counting coup when confronting Grant about John's murder shows how he's willing to fight for his family in Yellowstone. She explains how it's a symbolic moment for him, showing how he's willing to protect the people he loves in ways that emphasize the history he's part of. Check out what Voros had to say below. Out of everyone on the cast of Yellowstone, Kayce has been the one pursuing vengeance for his father's death the most, despite their conflicts when he was alive. This latest episode illustrates how he isn't done yet, his threatening actions showing he'll do whatever it takes to protect the people he cares about. Which, in this instance, includes getting revenge for his dad's murder, invoking practices of his wife's culture in order to emphasize what he's willing to do. It also hints that he's not done, with the show's 2 remaining episodes possibly continuing this storyline. With the series hurtling to a close, and Yellowstone Season 6 still just an unconfirmed possibility, Kayce's story will seemingly end with his decision to enact revenge against Grant. It's unclear what counting coup really means for the killer going forward, but there's a real chance law enforcement isn't involved with his final fate. However, John's son hasn't done irreparable harm to his father's killer just yet, meaning whatever his next move is, it will likely be something that benefits his family and their safety over anything else. By not outright killing the man who murdered his father, Kayce emphasizes his own morality, doing what he can to preserve himself and his family despite wanting revenge. While that could change in Yellowstone's final 2 episodes, his current trajectory symbolizes how he's approaching the situation from a mature perspective. Since this could possibly be his final storyline in the show, it remains to be seen how he'll deal with Grant as the show reaches its conclusion. In the intricate tapestry of Yellowstone Season 5, Episode 12, titled Counting Coup, a pivotal moment unfolds as Kayce Dutton confronts Grant Horton, the orchestrator behind his father John Dutton's assassination. This confrontation is not merely a quest for vengeance, but is deeply rooted in the Native American tradition of counting coup, a practice that emphasizes bravery and honor over bloodshed. Understanding counting coup. The term counting coup originates from the indigenous peoples of the Great Plains. It refers to the act of a warrior demonstrating courage by getting close enough to an enemy to touch them without inflicting harm. This act was considered the highest form of bravery, as it showcased the warrior's skill and fearlessness while simultaneously humiliating the opponent. The warrior would often use a coup stick or simply their hand to make this contact, symbolizing dominance and control without resorting to lethal violence. Kayce's modern-day counting coup. In the episode, Kayce tracks down Grant Horton, a former NSA agent responsible for John's death. Instead of killing him, Kayce confronts Horton in his car, holding Horton's young daughter at gunpoint to ensure his undivided attention. He then delivers a chilling message. "Where I come from, that's called counting coup, meaning I took a piece of your soul, and I'm going to keep it." This act mirrors the traditional counting coup by asserting dominance and instilling fear without resorting to murder. SPORTSKEDATOM. Director's Insight. Director Christina Voros sheds light on this scene, emphasizing its significance in Kayce's character development. She explains that this act is a departure from the Dutton family's typical reliance on violence. Instead, Kayce's choice to count Coup reflects a strategic and psychological approach to dealing with enemies, highlighting his growth and the influence of his Native American heritage. COLLID-COM. Implications for Season 5. Kayce's decision to employ counting Coup has profound implications for the narrative trajectory of Yellowstone. It signifies a shift from brute force to psychological warfare, suggesting that the Duttons may adopt more nuanced strategies in their ongoing battles. This approach could lead to new alliances and methods of conflict resolution, reflecting a deeper understanding of power dynamics and personal growth among the characters. Cultural resonance. The incorporation of counting Coup into the storyline also underscores the series' commitment to exploring and honoring Native American traditions. Kayce's marriage to Monica, a Native American woman, and his connection to the indigenous community have been recurring themes throughout the series. This episode deepens that connection, illustrating how these traditions influence his actions and decisions. A turning point for Kayce. This act of counting Coup marks a turning point for Kayce. It demonstrates his ability to balance his inherent Dutton instincts with the wisdom and restraint gleaned from his Native American ties. By choosing to intimidate rather than eliminate Horton, Kayce exhibits a maturity and strategic mindset that may redefine his role within the family and the broader narrative. Audience reception. Fans have lauded this episode for its depth and cultural integration. Many appreciate the nuanced portrayal of Indigenous practices and the character development it fosters in Kayce. This blend of action, tradition, and personal growth has resonated with viewers, adding a rich layer to the Yellowstone saga. Conclusion: Counting Coup is more than just an episode title. It's a thematic cornerstone that encapsulates the evolving dynamics of Yellowstone. Through Kayce's actions, the series delves into themes of honor, restraint, and cultural heritage, setting the stage for a complex and engaging continuation of the Dutton family's story. This act of counting Coup marks a turning point for Kayce. It demonstrates his ability to balance his inherent Dutton instincts with the wisdom and restraint gleaned from his Native American ties. By choosing to intimidate rather than eliminate Horton, Kayce exhibits a maturity and strategic mindset that may redefine his role within the family and the broader narrative. Audience reception. Fans have lauded this episode for its depth and cultural integration. Many appreciate the nuanced portrayal of Indigenous practices and the character development it fosters in Kayce. This blend of action, tradition, and personal growth has resonated with viewers, adding a rich layer to the Yellowstone saga. Conclusion: Counting Coup is more than just an episode title. It's a thematic cornerstone that encapsulates the evolving dynamics of Yellowstone. Through Kayce's actions, the series delves into themes of honor, restraint, and cultural heritage, setting the stage for a complex and engaging continuation of the Dutton family's story.